What is up, you guys? I'm your Dominators back with you guys here today to do another list video. Before we start, go check out my last list video, the top 10 Monday Night Raw matches of all time. But today we're here to do another list video. And yeah, so we are going to be doing the top 10 SmackDown matches of all time because I will be going to SmackDown Live tomorrow night. If you're watching this the day of the upload, sorry it's a little late. But yeah, SmackDown, the top 10 matches of all time. So here we go. Number 10 is going to be John Cena versus Kurt Angle 2002. This match wasn't the best match of all time, but it really got John Cena over. Couldn't find that many pictures on this, by the way, but it really got John Cena over. The famous ruthless aggression quote from Cena. Cena tossed around Angle a lot, and yeah, he did really well for himself in the match as a rookie. Some of the spots where John Cena slaps Kurt Angle before the match even starts, and Kurt Angle barely won, and he won by a roll-up. Cena, as you can see, got out of the ankle lock, but Angle only rolled or won by a roll-up. Number 9 is going to be Triple H versus The Rock for the WWE Championship. This match wasn't the most exciting match, but it took place on the very first Monday Night Raw, which actually took place in Kansas City, fun fact. This match was everywhere, and yeah, and then the shocking ending, it was a very electrifying match, a very star-studded match. It just didn't have the best quality match, but Shawn Michaels ended up super kicking The Rock out of nowhere, and Triple H would capitalize with a pedigree. And as you can see, Triple H would retain the title. And yeah, definitely shocking there. So number 8 is going to go to Chris Benoit versus Kurt Angle versus Edge versus Eddie Guerrero. This match was an amazing match. It was for the number 1 contendership for Brock Lesnar's WWE Championship. Couldn't find that many pictures on this at all. It was a technical masterpiece. Benoit eliminated Eddie Guerrero first, and then Edge eliminated Benoit, and then there was an amazing match between Kurt Angle and Edge. Definitely recommend it. Go watch it. But Kurt Angle would win. Number 7 is going to Matt Hardy versus Rey Mysterio, 2003, in the hometown of Mr. 619 Rey Mysterio. Matt Hardy had his Goonies. I forget what one of their names was, but and Crash Holly. And as you can see, Matt Hardy would work on the groin area because Ray had a hurt groin going into the match. As you can see, also Ray would do a twist of fate onto him, and he would hit the 619 and do the West Coast pop. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, all in all, it was a pretty good match, and Ray would win the Cruiserweight Championship in his hometown. So yeah. Moving on to number 6 is going to Jeff Hardy versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship in a steel cage match. Loser leaves WWE. Jeff Hardy's final match, of course, before he would return last year at WrestleMania. As you can see, CM Punk attacked Hardy before the match. They had a grueling match between each other just days before at SummerSlam, I think it was. But yeah, they were both trying to claw their way out of the cage, and it was an amazing, pretty good match. I wouldn't call it amazing, but yeah, it ended up on number 6 on the list. And CM Punk would eventually end up winning. He climbs over the cage and drops to the floor, which means he was still the WWE World Heavyweight. He was still the World Heavyweight Championship champion holder, and yeah, and then Hardy did his farewell speech, and then out of nowhere, this is a terrible send-off. Jeff gets hit with the title belt to send him off. Number 5 is Kurt Angle versus The Undertaker. for the World Heavyweight Championship, I believe it was. Kurt Angle and Undertaker. This is another star-studded match. It could have been better, but the star-studdedness of this match made it amazing. Technical masterpiece. Again, well, it was more like Undertaker had the strikes. The strikes were amazing from Undertaker, and the technical moves from Angle were pretty good. But this match could have been a lot better. But it would have been in the top three probably. But due to Mark Henry's interference in the match, and it made sense for the storyline purposes because it would lead eventually to Mark Henry versus The Undertaker in a casket match at WrestleMania later that year. Number 4 is Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle on the list again for the third time. But this was just an all-out brawl for literally 1 hour. We did see Brock, dodge out of the match a couple times, but once they got into it, Brock was a suplex machine. Angle was hitting suplexes. They were off the chain. It was a brawl. Near falls in that match. The final score would be 4-5. And I thought, watching this match, I knew the result, but I thought Angle was going to win. But as you can see, the time ran out. Final score 4-5. Brock being the new WWE champion. Number 3 is going to Jeff Hardy versus Triple H in 2002 for the Intercontinental Championship. This match was just amazing. It started out slow, but at the end, the pace of the match picked up, and it became a really good match. But I didn't have a picture, but Matt Hardy, when the ref was knocked down, would take a chair to Triple H, and as you can see, Jeff would hit the Swanton Bomb and barely pin Triple H, but he would become the new Intercontinental Champion. As you can see, Matt Hardy helped him out, so pretty good match. What is number 2 on the list? Well, here we go. It is Edge versus Eddie Guerrero, no disqualification match. Oh, where do I even begin? It was a no disqualification match, but I thought it was a ladder match watching it, honestly, because all they used was ladders. But it was two of the best wrestlers in their prime, basically, fighting out in a no disqualification match. Pretty good match. There was this one spot where Eddie hit a sunset flip power bomb onto off the ladder. There was just some crazy spots in the match. I believe, yeah, that was the part where it would happen. But yeah, what an amazing match. I believe Edge came out on top. Um, so yeah, moving on to number 1. What is number 1? The Dominator. Who did you pick? What match did you pick? It is TLC 3 between Chris Jericho and Chris Benoit versus the Dudley Boys versus the Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian for the Tag Team Championships in a ladder match. What a match. This is my favorite match. It was non-stop action. I loved it. Tons of cool spots. They were all fighting on the ladder. There was a spot where Chris Benoit missed a diving headbutt through the table and put himself through the table. That was a good spot. Kept him out of the match, but he would still come back. And as you can see, Jericho has the walls of Jericho on Edge on top of the ladders. And then Jeff Hardy would leapfrog that ladder. He would stand on it, but he would leap over it to put Bubba Ray through a table. And Edge would spear Chris Jericho off the ladder, but the injured Benoit would prevail and retain the tag team titles for Jericho and Benoit. So yeah, my favorite match on SmackDown. Did I leave anything out? Don't get mad at me. Leave it down in the comments below. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, I'm going to SmackDown tomorrow. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. D Flow.